Our next story involves someone who may drive in a Sprint Cup race someday. When I first heard of an up-and-coming racer in South Florida, I figured he was in his early 20s, getting ready to find his way onto an upper-level circuit. Well, Ernie Francis Jr. is actually just 17. And before I knew that, I had already agreed to get in the car with him.
Location: Palm Beach International Raceway. The driver, 17-year-old Ernie Francis Jr. The passenger, a sports reporter who's clearly out of his element. In the end, I was in the hands of one of the best young drivers in the country, something that's been a part of his life since the beginning.
I've been racing since I was 4 years old, so pretty much most of my life I've been racing cars and go-karts. My dad's been racing since the early 80s, so I was getting taken to the racetrack all the time, and I really just fell in love with it. I had race car toys, I had a race car bed. Everything that I did was about racing.
He was a natural. He was winning junior races by the age of 13, beating kids 3 and 4 years older than him.
A lot of the guys out there that I was racing against had a lot more experience, and they were a lot older than me. So they didn't really take too kindly to a 13-year-old being out there and actually beating them.
At the age of 15, he was actually able to turn pro and was named Rookie of the Year in the Pirelli World Challenge. He immediately showed that he was there to win.
To go pro, and then my first ever pro weekend, we actually won 3 races. Was absolutely unbelievable going there, and just being in a pro weekend was crazy, but then to leave with 3 first-place trophies was absolutely unbelievable. Nothing's compared to that feeling going out there and then just being the new guy that no one's ever heard of, and then just coming out there and beating all the guys out there.
Finally going to be able to maybe pick up his 2nd win on the year, and he does.
He's currently defending his championship in the Trans Am circuit, in which he won 6 times and reached 9 podiums in 11 races in 2014. So when does Ernie find time to be a kid?
I almost have to have 2 different sides of me. When I hang out with my friends, I have to be that teenager that like all my friends and just hang out with them. But when I get into that race environment, you have to have a completely different mentality with it. To be out there, it's really humbling, so I just have to act my best and really show them what I'm made of.
There's no doubting the potential Ernie has to become an elite race car driver. His goal is simple: just continue to find a way to get paid to do what he loves to do, drive. And he's got a lot of time to do it.
I just love racing so much, so I don't care if I'm racing here in the States, racing in Europe, anywhere, as long as I'm racing and able to make a living off of it, I'm going to be perfectly happy.
I promise I wasn't freaking out when I was in that car. Anyway, we move on. The sky's the limit for Ernie, anywhere from NASCAR to Formula One and beyond. For now, he does have some particular goals. He really wants to win the 24 Hours of Daytona. The winners of that team race this year, IRL champions Scott Dixon and Tony Kanaan, and 5-time race winner in NASCAR, Jamie McMurray. Lofty goals. He could definitely do it.